I'm Becca and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fabulous advent calendar. It also lights up and it's just using some battery powered LED lights that I've got from the found shop. You can get from lots of different places. I've got this nice background paper that I've got out of one of my paper pads, and I've just got some 3D embellishments that I've just stuck on with a hot glue gun. So this is really fun. The numbers are not in order, so it just makes it a little bit more interesting for them to find the number for the day. You don't have to put the number 25 in the centre, that's just my preference. And on that one, as you can see, I've put a little Santa, got Rudolph hiding behind, and then a sign saying Merry Christmas. So it's an ornament as well, and you can bring this out year after year. It was really fun to make and easy to do, so let's get started and I'll show you how. Okay, so to make each of the calendars that I'm going to be showing you how to make this year, they're all using the same size cube or box, whatever you want to call them. So I'm recording this bit and you'll see it in the following videos, but I'm going to show you different ways on how you can put these together just by using the same shape and size box. So I'm going to show you this one time and then this bit will be repeated at the beginning of the other videos, but that's just in case anybody's not seen this bit first time round. Okay, so to make each box we need a piece of card that is 6 inches squared, and then we need one that is 5 3/4 squared. Okay, and the small ones are going to be the drawer for the inside, and then this is going to be the outer casing. Now if you've got a coated card, which I have, but if it's just coated on one side, the side that you want to see on the outside needs to be face up when you're scoring. Reason being is because when you press down into the groove with your scoring tool, you're making the fibres sort of go in on themselves, and then when you fold it the way you want it to go, you're stretching them. Whereas if you don't do this and you fold them the opposite way around, your fibres can tear. Now whenever you're using a card that's got a coating on it or anything like that, just be careful you don't press too hard with your scoring tool. Okay, so for on the 6 inch one, we're just going to score at 2 and 4 inches on both sides, which is, you can see I've already done. And on the 5 3/4 we're going on 1 7/8 and 3 7/8. So again you turn it and then it's 1 7/8 and 3 7/8. Okay, so that's your scoring done. So you need to do that 25 times on each one, so 50 pieces altogether. It will be a cardstock cluster, this one. I've got 4 of these to do this year, so I may have to go shopping in the new year for card if I've managed to get through it all anyway. So once you've got your 2 pieces, you just want to flip them over. So as you can see, this side's got the raised bit in it, and then you're folding it back on itself. And then you just take your bone folder or scoring tool, depending on what you're using, and just burnish that crease. Turn it and do it the opposite way. So the side that you actually scored is going to be on the inside. So if it does bubble up a little bit, which I'll show you in a second, you're not going to see it because it's going to be on the inside. So you can sort of just see it, and on the outside you've got that professional looking straight edge. So that's the reason that we do it that way as well. So I'll do that again on this. So they're really simple to do these. It's just a case of getting 25 of them done all together. You don't have to do 25, I'm just doing it so there's an extra, so it adds up for the shapes that I'm doing. But on Christmas Day I'm sure whoever's going to be opening these ones will have plenty of other things to open as well anyway, but I'm putting it there anyway because I'm a bit of a Christmas nut. Right, so I've not got my little scissors, but oh there we go. I can show you with this one, so I'll zoom in a little bit so I can show you this. Right, so what I'm going to do is, because I'm right-handed, let's put a little light on, that might be a bit better. I'll bring that over. Sorry about that, I'd not realised I'd not moved my lighting. So as you can see here, you've got that ridge. So if you right-handed, this is the way that I'm doing it anyway. I cut to the left-hand side of this score line, just up here, to where they meet. Okay, to this point here, and then I fold that out of the way so I know that's not going to get cut with anything, and then we're going to take a wedge off from this side. If you don't quite get in the corner, just snip it there, okay? And then you want to do the same on the other side. And then you just want to snip a bit off there. Now this becomes our gluing flap, okay? And then I turn it, and then I'm going to do this one again. So I'll just go a bit further out now that you can see better. Okay, so I'm just going to do this on all 4 sides. And try to get the cuts as straight as you can, because that's what's going to be seen on the outside. Okay, so you've got all 4 bits like this, and then you want to do exactly the same on your other piece. So I'll speed this part up so you can still see what I'm doing, but it'll just be a little bit quicker. So we've got our 2 pieces made, so we'll start with making the outer one. Yeah, it's definitely the outer one. And the way that I like to do it is have it in front of me like this, and then I know I'm going to glue this side. Okay, so we know that's the inside because it's got the more sort of bubbly part of the card where we've scored. And then I'm going to be using Clal all-purpose glue because I'm doing a construction piece. This will make each of the drawers more firm and strong for when they're going to be pulled out. And then once I've glued that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the points and meet them up so it makes a right angle. Okay, so you've got that 90-degree angle, and then I've just matched it up right to the edge. Just make sure that you get it all made up here, no bits sticking out, and then you just want to press down on your gluing flap just to make sure it's stuck. Then I like to lay it flat down again and fold the glue flap back. Okay, and do the same. Glue rolling away with this one. Right, now you've got these 2 that are left here. Now because this is going to finish up the cube, we need to glue these 2 pieces at the same time. So if you have your cube in front of you, or drawer, whatever you want to call it, I like to fold this flat back here. And turn it on its side, and you're not going to be able to see this or else I'll have to try and lift this up. So I'm just gluing I've laid the flap down like I would have done if it was just one of the other 3 pieces, but you just can't see because of the piece I've already stuck. Whoop. Okay, so you've got your 2 glue flaps there, so you're going to push them up together and then just meet up the corners and press down on the flaps. Okay. So there you've got your the main drawer piece, and then the other one I'm gonna let you see what I do, but I'm gonna speed it up, and then I'll come back to you to show you what to do next. So that's put together, so what I'm going to do now is, while they're still relatively wet, they're not fully dry, I like to take the drawer piece and the main piece and I put them inside each other, and then it's got a bit of wiggle room for you to be able to get it in, and it'll be in the exact position that you need it. So I'm just going to pop drawer in that way, so you've got one so the hole's facing to your right if you're doing it the same way as me, and then just take your drawer cube and slot it in that way, and you've got a perfect little drawer. Now the next part is to put some way of opening them up. Now there's different ways that you can do this. First of all, decide whether if you want to put any pattern paper onto the front of it. So I've just got a spare one here that I've done for demo purposes, that's all. And then, so this piece is 4.5 centimetres by 4.5, I think that's the right one that I've, yeah, that one. So that's 4.5 centimetres squared. So, and then you just want to put your paper on. And just line it up so it's got a little border all the way around. This is just a test one, but just get it into the centre as best you can. That's a good thing about the wet glue, like I say, you've got that wiggle room to get it exactly where you want it to go. Whereas if you use a tape pen or double-sided, once it's down you're committed, you can't take it off. Okay, so I've got this. Zoom in a little bit more. And then I've just got this little circular punch. I'm going to show you a way that you can do it without needing a punch, but I think it's probably about 3/4 of an inch circle. I think that's what it is anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking the side that's got the pattern paper on, and I'm going to take my punch so it's upside down and slide it in, and then you can see where the cardboard comes into it, and you're wanting to do about just over half, 2/3 of the way up in the circle, as you can see, and then oh, and it pops out, so you've got a little finger hole. Now if you haven't got the circle punch, let's just put this on my glue, I don't want it to dry up. You can just take a pair of scissors and you can cut a V. So if you want to measure doing this, you can do, but I'm just doing it by eye because this is just a spare one that I'm doing. If I was doing it for all of them, then I would measure them and make sure that I've got it at the right, but because I've got the circle punch, I'm making my life a little easier. So you've got a little V that you could put your finger in there. The other thing is you can always put a little hole in the side, and if you've got some brads, and just use your scissors, and be careful not to hurt yourself if you are doing it this way, but if you've got a pokey tool, you just need to make a hole with something, and then you can put a brad in if you have any brads, or split pins. That's the other one that you can what they're called when they're down the normal stationery section, and then you just put one through there and fold the wings of the pin either side, and then you've got like a little draw knob on the front that you can pull. Right, so now you've seen how to make your boxes or drawers, doors, whatever you want to call them. You need to make 25 altogether and do them in whatever colourway you want. This one I'm doing in red, green and gold, and then on the 25th, on Christmas Day, I've got a nice shiny green one to go in the middle. So this is basically how I'm going to stick my boxes together, because I'm going to have a bit of a scene in the centre. But before I can add all that, I need to stick all these together. So I'm going to stick these together in this formation just by using Clal all-purpose glue. If you've watched my other videos, you know I like this one for any construction that I do, simply because it dries really, really solid. So I'm just going to take each square and then line them up, and then make sure they're in the right position, and then stick on the next one. So I'm going to do that off camera, because watching me do that would be really, really boring, and I'll be back once they're all in place. Right, so I can just about get the area sort of in shot, but you can see the middle bit where it is going to go. I wanted to show you the sections that I've made to stick together, because there's 24 boxes here, and it can be quite weak if you don't give them time to dry and everything. But I've just done 2 rows of 5, which are for the inside, and then I've got 2 rows of 7, and then the 2 rows of 5 will fit in between the 2 rows of 7. So I will attach them here and here, and then here, if you can just about see it on the monitor. So I will do that, and I will let it completely dry before I move it. If I try moving it before it's all completely dry, it'll just fall to bits and it'll not be any good. So I'll go and do that and let it dry, and then I'll come back. Okay, so to make the backing of our calendar, this is a piece of grey board or hardboard. It's just off the back of a big drawing pad. It's about 14 inches square, and this is what I'm going to stick the frame onto that you've seen me make. Now I want to put a scene in the centre of the calendar, and this is from the Crafter's Companion Reindeer Collection paper pad, and as you can see there's about an inch gap all the way round, so I know that's going to be in the centre. So I'm just going to take my cloud glue once again. Going to get this into the centre the best we can. There we go. So we'll let that dry. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some little battery powered LED lights. You don't have to if you don't want to. This is just what I want to do because my son's autistic and he likes everything that's sensory, so he likes sounds and lights and things like that. So this is what I'm going to do with him. So the set of lights that I got from the pound shop. Obviously they were £1. I'm just trying to find the packet now so I can show you what to look for if you're wanting some. And they were just these, and it's got 20 micro lights in it, and it's colour changing as well. So it's going to really like that. So I've put some batteries into my pack, as you can see already, and I'm just unwinding the wire, which I probably should have done before I've come back to filming, but hey ho. They never make these things easy when you get them out of a packet. So you can put your fairy lights away after you've packed away your Christmas decorations, but by the time you come to them the next year, they're all tangled up again. So I think there's some mischievous elves going around and messing them up. There we go, all done. So what I'm going to do is, if I can get them out of the way, I'm just going to flip this over so I've got the top end facing me, and I'm wanting to start and fix these to the inside. Now I'm going to put the glue as far as I can to the outside edge as I'm going round here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the wire as best I can. Don't want too much. And then just line it up with the front. It's not the best angle for you to see at the moment, but I will show you how I'm going to do them. And then as I'm going round, I'm just going to attach them going round here. Okay. And then hopefully we'll get all the way around. It'll be fine. There we go. Yep. I'll go that way around. I'm going to go around the front. No, I'm not changing my mind again. I'm going to do it around the back so it'll work with a bit of shading. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue from my glue gun. There we go, just hold it while it sets. Okay. So I'm going to continue and put these round here, and then once I've done that I'll come back. So I'll put this on high speed so you can watch, but it's a little bit quicker, and I'll be back in a moment. is obviously the battery pack that's going to go on the bottom. Let's just check that it'll work. Yep, there we go, we're all working. So then you just want to take your backboard and we're going to stick it on like this. So I'm going to actually let this one dry, but just when you're putting your wire through the back, just make sure you feed your wire up to the top, and then we're going to stick it on the back. So once I've done that, I'll come back and I'll show you. Right, so I've got that all stuck together and it's on the backboard now. So what's left to do is to attach the lights to the back. So you want to make sure that you're going to be able to take your batteries out again for if you wanted to keep it for future use, not future, whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some hot glue onto the back of this and stick it into place. You could use some red liner tape if you've not got a glue gun. I'm just using it because I've got it out already. Okay. And then that's all stuck. If you can see, it's not moving, got the lights down the back, and then we've got all that there. So now all that's left to do is to decorate and add any little bits and pieces that you want to make to it. I'm just going to go and get all my pieces together because they're at the other side of the room, and I'll come back and I'll... Okay, so I'm all ready to decorate my calendar. So I'm just going to stick the number 25 in the middle. So you can put it anywhere else around in the frame if you want to. I just want it right in the middle. But if you don't want to put a 25th one, you don't need to worry about that. So I'm just going to take some hot glue again. And then just try and get it as central as I can. There we go, I've got number 25 already. So what I've got is some little Christmas trees. I've got these from Cake Decorations, or I think I've actually found these ones in the pound shop in the sale again last Christmas, and they're just little characters for you popping on top of your cakes and things. And I've also got some nutcracker stickers and some reindeers. Don't know how much I'm actually going to need with me having the picture in the background already. I might just put the Santa and the Snowman on the sign in and just fill the trees in around here just to make it look a bit more forest-like. So again, I'm going to put this on high speed and some music on for you so it's not too tedious to watch, and I'll come back when I've finished. decorated and finished. I'm really pleased with how that one's turned out. I've had this idea in my head for a while now, and I'm just glad that it's worked out as well as it has done. So I'll just turn my lights off and then you can have a proper see the little LED ones, and I can go to my light. Right, so let's, sorry that's really dark. So we've got that nice lighting in the background, so I'll put my lights back on now so you can actually see the calendar. So yeah, I've just put Santa and Rudolph's hiding behind Santa. I've got a sign that says Merry Christmas, and I've just got some of these lovely little wire trees, and I've put a snowman in the middle. I might decide to put some little bits of glitter for the snow falling and things like that, but I'll just have to have a think about that and decide what I want to do. So I hope I've inspired you to have a go at making your own, and if you've enjoyed it, if you could give me a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. And if you've not subscribed, you consider subscribing, that would be appreciated too. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye!